Okay, so it's been a long time since I've worked with this horse. She got hurt, and then I got hurt. So it's been probably 6 weeks since you saw us together last. And I'm just asking her, trying to get her to walk. And she's being excitable and wanting to go faster. And I'm just asking her to walk, and I'm keep continuing to ask her to walk there for a little while. And she's trotting on. You see, I'm just dragging the whip. Now when I tell her to walk, she wants to whoa. I guess she gets the two words confused probably. And that's what she's used to doing in the round pen. Trotting around and then whoaing when you tell her to whoa. So I'm trying to teach her something a little different. She's done this for me before, but as I said, it's been a long time ago. I also apologize for not getting my video worked out so I can get the entire pen in the picture. I'm going to try to do as much as I can so you can see it on camera, but some of it's going to be off the screen. So what I'm doing right now is I'm just showing her that I just want her to walk. So that's what we're doing at the moment. See some other horses going by. Try again. Of course, there she goes. She's all excited today. Feeling her Cheerios a little bit. So at some point, when I still continue to get a no, I'm not going to walk, then I just go ahead and, believe it or not, we're going back a step. I'm going to ask her to trot around the round pen because that's really your respect lesson. And she's going to canter a little bit, and that's okay too. I'm just asking her to go at this point because she was not being obedient to walking. So this is the respect lesson where you chase them. So I'm chasing her just a little bit. And she tried to turn around, and I'm pointing my whip at her neck. You may recall last time I did a lot of tapping her on the neck to get her to go away from me and go on out on the rail and do her thing there. I just asked her to go the other way. And you see she's going to the right. And I'm still chasing her. I don't mind if she canters or trots. Either one's fine with me. But what I'm trying to do is let her know that, okay, you need to pay attention and kind of do what I'm asking you to do. So she's getting chased just a little bit here. Not too severely, but enough to let her know that she's below me in the power structure. So that's what we're doing right at the moment. Now, her issues in the past have been that she doesn't want to go to the right, which you see she's doing just fine right now, and that she doesn't want to be lunged on the lunge line uh, in either direction. And the last time I worked with her, I tried to get her to let me drive her, wanted to get behind her and put the lines on both sides, and so I could teach her some steering from the ground rather than while she's being ridden. But she wouldn't let me get behind her, and I never did get behind her the last time I worked with her so that I could drive her. But what we're going to be doing today, we're going to be working on just going back and remembering what we did. It's been such a long time since we worked together, and I've only worked with this horse about 3 or 4 times. This is about the 5th time. So we're just doing some review, basically. Now, you see at this point, now that I have her respect and she's understanding kind of what I want, we're working on just walking. And it's something I'm teaching her because she's not very familiar with this concept to just walk around. It looks like I've asked her to go on and trot some more. Back to the respect lesson. She's doing just fine now, okay? Can I get her to walk? No, not yet. So we're gonna just keep going. This is pretty much square one. If your horse will lead and you can get them in the round pen and they'll let you put the halter on and off, square one is basically the respect lesson where you just kind of get chased in the round pen. Now again, I'm trying to ask her to slow down, relax, just walk for me. I'm just kind of dragging it. And then instead of asking her to stop, I'm asking her to keep walking. And see, there she goes. So she's learning what the word walk means. Walk is the way I say that to them. Now she's trying to turn around. No, sorry, I told her to walk, so she did. She came in, got a nice reward for that. Okay, now we're going to try the lunge line. Since she's decided that she would be okay with listening to me at this point. This is something that we worked really hard on last time. It took us a long time to get. Let's see how she's going to be today. She remembers the little tap, tap, tap on the neck. I really had to keep tapping and tapping and whacking to get her to move on out. But you see, today all I had to do was just point the whip at her neck. And there she goes. She's lunging to the left at this point at the walk, which is nice. And there she's doing very nicely. So this means that she's learned this and she's remembering it and she's paying attention to what I'm asking her to do instead of just wanting to charge around and do her own thing. Now what I'm trying to do now is to see, well, she'll let me step behind her so that if I had the other line on her, I could be driving her. And she did let me step behind her. That's the first time she's ever done that. So that was good. Okay, now I picked up the whip. And I think I'm going to try that again. I'm trying to reel her in just a little bit and see if I can get the line to go beside her while I walk behind her, and that she's not going to turn her butt out, which she's not doing. So this is a big step in the right direction. She's doing it just a little bit, but it's okay. She's getting it, and she's going forward there for me. Now we're lunging again, and I'm in front of her. This is just a matter of, just teaching them what you want. And while they're listening, that's a good thing. Well, right now I'm just trying to do a little turn. Trying to do a turn on the haunches. She was pretty good with it. That was all to the left. Get her some praise. Pat her on the neck. Tell her she's a good girl. Good girl, Bella. Now we're going to try the same thing to the right. Remember, you always want to work as equally as possible in both directions. They have to learn everything in both directions, and sometimes something they know very well to the left, they have trouble doing to the right. Now this horse, in the past, has had a problem going around to the right. Now I'm tapping her on the neck. Trying to get her to go on that. Oh, I'm sorry. What I'm doing right now is putting some fly spray on her because the flies are just driving her nuts. Now, in the future, at some point, if I keep working with her, and I assume I will, I will teach her to stand still for the fly spray. But at this point, I'm not going to worry about that. We'll get that some other time. At least I can get some on her and kind of relieve her misery fighting those flies. It's hard for them to focus on you when the flies are biting them. So we get rid of the horse flies. Now we're ready to go to the right. So I'm going to put a little tap on her neck there. And look at that. You couldn't ask for a horse to walk around on the lunge line any better than that. In either direction. And there she is. She's doing it to the right. Now I'm going to try to step behind her in this direction and see if I can drive her this way. This is circling to the right. And she's letting me walk behind her. And so I have the whip in my hand. Look, see, I'm tapping her right on her, just tapping her on her butt a little bit. She's just walking right on. This is beautiful. Now I really need a second line, which I did not bring with me today. I didn't expect to get this far, to tell you the truth, but she's being very good about this. And I can put the second line on her, and then I can start to steer her left and right from the ground. That's kind of the goal, is because she's having trouble wanting to steer when you're riding her. So we're going to put in some ground steps in that direction. And I have got her a bridle with a full cheek snaffle. That's going to be a good bit for her. Now, if you'll notice, see, she's being so cooperative at this point. Just took her a minute and have a little respect lesson, be chased a few minutes, and then she's ready to do some stuff. Look at her just stand still right there and let you put the saddle on. It's not tied or anything. Now, what happened to this lesson was that a thunderstorm blew up. And so right about here, where I was getting ready to put the bridle on, it started thundering and lightning. It had been thundering and lightning in the distance the whole time. I figured it was going to rain. So after I got the saddle on, we had to go get the bridle and get the second lead line. I got the bridle on her, and then the thunder and lightning just really hit, and we barely got her back in the pasture before it started to pour down the rain. So I've stopped the video right here. Just wanted to show you that how she's standing for the saddle, and that's going to be it. She's been a very good girl today. Unfortunately, we had to cut this short. So there I am. Look at her just standing there. I'm fastening the girth. She's got no problem with it. Wonderful. Good horse. Good horse. Yes, indeed. I'm trying to adjust her leg. Sometimes you pinch their back of their leg. So we got that fixed. And that's it.